Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
It's co-creation at its best, isn't it? We see you have dragged your physical bodies here. Handy, aren't they? You are knowing what you are wanting. It moves about. Are you appreciating the expansion of your personal desire?
Yes.
Then that must mean you are up to speed with your own desire, yes? You're in the vicinity anyway. You sort of kind of believe in the possibility of what you desire. When we ask you about your desire, to you, does it feel like not yet manifested things? Or does it feel like the ideas that you've carved out of life that you prefer, what you desire? Is some of what you desire already happening in full fashion? In other words, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it. You're getting it, you're living it, you're being it, you're knowing it. And is some of your desire an idea that has not yet manifested? Then we think it's a good idea to talk about what manifesting really means, because there is a long range of the becoming of something that we call manifesting because it's part of your experience. We think before you want to call it manifesting. In other words, when a thought occurs to you, that thought is a manifestation because it's gone from a vibration into something perceivable. And a thought is something you are perceiving. Do you agree? When a thought occurs to you, or a better way of saying that is when you translate a vibration into a thought, or a better way of saying that might be when you receive a thought. When you receive a thought, which means when you're in the vibrational vicinity of something enough that you can actualize a vibration into something meaningful like a thought, getting the sense of it, that's a manifestation, isn't it? It's worth thinking about that, because there are lots of manifestations that occur before you can see it or hear it or smell it or taste it or touch it. But still it's manifesting. You can feel it. You can feel it in the emotional sense. Oh, emotions. Really important to recognize that emotions are manifestations, because the vibration is manifesting into something that you are realizing, such an important word, because it's about your readiness to translate the vibration into a realism. You see what we are getting at? Sometimes you don't really see what we're getting at, but sometimes you want to see what we're getting at, but you'd rather just, we know, we've been talking about this with you for a while, looking for different ways to explain to you how vibration becomes reality. And we began talking to you about, first there's this vibrational reality. We spent quite a bit of time waving Esther's arm around at this invisible circle. It's the vortex. Get in there. Everything you want is in there. There's a vibrational reality that occurs before you sometimes allow yourself to realize it in its full fashion. And you are very patient with us as we find ways to explain to you how you are a vibrational being in a manifesting world. And you want to say to us, well, we've already figured out that we're in a manifesting world. That's why we want cars and houses. It's why we want money. It's why we desire food and places to be. And so part of what's happened is that you are so oriented in your translation of vibration into the physical things that you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch, that you've left a big gap in your understanding of how those things have become things, and even more, how they've ended up in your experience, wanted or unwanted. So we want to help you to understand that you are the realizer, which means you are the translator. You are the thinker of vibration. You are the focuser on vibration. You are the bringer of vibration into physical reality. But it doesn't feel that way to so many of you, because when you got here, so much of it was already here. That was funny. You didn't realize it, did you? And you look around at everything that's here, and then most humans just move stuff around and try to get stuff from each other, and there's this economic pie that you try to slice up, and you don't want that guy to get too big of a piece of it because you want a piece of it, and you've got this flawed premise that the pie is only so big. And so most humans are really proficient at observing reality. But we want you to realize that you are the creator of reality, that you are the realizer of your reality, and that with just a little bit of understanding of this vibrational universe in which you are focused, and of your vibrational nature, and of the way you translate, you do those vibrations into the experiences and the material objects and the situations and the relationships, you translate everything into the reality that you perceive, and you have so much more control over your reality because you have so much more control over your perception than most humans are currently exercising. So we say to you, you are the creator of your own reality, and you live in a universe that is based upon vibration. And the law of attraction manages that vibration, never makes a mistake, always matches up vibrations that are like one another. So if you accept that you are a vibrational being, and that as you focus vibration into your realization, and that equals what we want to lovingly call your point of attraction. It's your being who I am right here and now, offering a vibration right here and now, and law of attraction responding to the vibration that I'm offering right here and now. And everything about what you perceive in every moment of your experience is about that. We are eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. There is nothing that is off limits here. It is our desire to help you to realize that in every situation you can, if you want to, achieve a better focus and improve your point of attraction. We want to help you close that gap between the things that you have identified that you want. You've been doing it all of your life and even before. We want to help you to close that gap between that vibrational reality that you have done such a magnificent job of creating and what you are actually allowing yourself to realize in your moment-to-moment experience. When you make your transition into non-physical, that gap will close, and you will be an immediate realizer of all that you have expanded to be. But we don't think you should have to croak in order to be experiencing the benefit of what you've carved out. You came with such clarity and purpose. As source energy beings that you are, you came into this physical body intending to have a wonderful time and intending to experience things that would cause you as a creator to desire beyond anything that you had ever desired before. The expansion of the universe is about that. The evolution of all species is about that, you see. So you're doing such a good job of that. The variety that surrounds you causes you all day, every day, to launch rockets of desire. We call them rockets of desire because they shoot out of you, usually when you are not aware that you are shooting them off. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So you are honing the details of your life experience and asking for more all day, every day. And the larger part of you, that inner being part of you, that source energy part of you from whence you have come, who still remains fully focused in non-physical, becomes the full expanded version of every single thing that you think you would prefer beyond where you are. So your inner being is constantly holding that expanded, evolved space that you have carved out for all of us, holds it steady so that you may accomplish a vibrational frequency that equals the same. In other words, when life causes you to ask for more money, for more prosperity, you do, and it becomes a vibrational reality. But so many of you have been saying to us, as you have patiently listened to our explanation of these unseeable things, Abraham, I'll accept the vortex. Okay. But how do I get my money out of the vortex and into the bank? That's what I want to know. How does this reality that you are so excited about become something that I am excited about? And we say, right there is the answer to your question. You got to be excited about it before you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. It has to be meaningful to you to feel the thrill of the expanded idea. But that's not going to happen to you until you understand how it works. You got to understand that there always is a gap and that that's okay. You got to understand that there's contrast surrounding you all the time, and that's okay. You got to understand that when you're focused in opposition of something that you desire or something that you have become, and you don't feel good because you're focused in opposition, that that's okay. You've got to accept that negative emotion is all right because it's part of the process too. Your emotions let you know how near or far you are from the vibrational frequency of what you have already created. So we're not here to teach you how to create, because you can't stop doing that. You're doing it all day, every day. You are becoming. And we're not here to convince you in our ability to know what you want, because that's irrelevant to you. What we know and what we know about you is really irrelevant, not important. It's not important. It's not important to you unless you want to be the full realizer of all that you have become. So when you cause us to expand, and you do all day, every day, when you cause us to expand and then you don't keep up with the expansion that you have created, you don't feel so good. And closing that gap is then an important part of the equation. And that's what we talk about. That's the value that we can be to you in helping you to realize your vibrational nature, your emotional guidance system, and how you can feel when you've closed the gap, or when you're closing the gap, when you're on the track, when you're moving in the direction of who you really are. You're not ever going to fully, in this physical body, realize the fullness of all that you've become, because you keep becoming faster than you can catch up. So you're not ever going to really close that gap until you make your transition into non-physical. But moving in the direction of who you've become is what a joyful life is. And moving in opposition to who you have become is what a miserable life is. So we want to talk to you about your joyful life. Yes? So what do you want to talk about? Oh, you've come with some things. It's a lot of trouble in this room. Standing on your chair doesn't help. We don't choose you from your waving of arms. We choose you, probably not going to choose you at all. We choose you because of your readiness, your vibrational proximity to who you really are and what you really want. It's going to be a fun day, a really fun day. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. It's powerful. This is co-creating at its best. The best of you rendezvousing and bringing the rest of you up to speed. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain stubbornly in your vortex. That's really good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I liked it. Bye.